What is your name and badge number?
I'm giving you one chance to give me your name, or I'm going to put you in cuffs and take you to City Hall.
Hey, shalom, Pata fam. I'm giving you guys an update on the Mario situation. They still have him in there. It's been about a month. I believe he went on January 27th. And so it's now February 27th, and they still have him incarcerated on BS. So during this broadcast, I'm going to play a couple of the clips kind of in the background. If you've been following this story, you've probably already seen these. But, you know, let's just have that going. Excuse me. While we talk about this situation, because this is one of the most egregious attacks on First Amendment rights that I've seen as far as abuse of the system. This is pretty dang clear that these police and powers that be there in Hazleton, which is home of Cash for Kids, if you guys are familiar with that. If not, it was a big scandal where judges were getting paid to sentence juveniles to correctional facilities, and then the correctional facilities giving the judges kickbacks. So this place has one of the most corrupt histories ever, and is still showing today. That residue is still there. I mean, look at this situation with Mario. This situation is not actually the first time he had a problem with the police department. This is actually when he showed up to deal with the police regarding another matter, and he was trying to get assistance, and they basically just blew him off. So he ended up calling him an asshole. As the officer walked away and was going down the hall, the officer turned around, didn't like that comment, which is protected by the freedom of speech, and there's plenty of case law from the Supreme Court of the U.S. Supreme Court that states that police cannot retaliate against somebody for free speech. Like, that's a charge in itself to the police. So hopefully one day this Chris Debius, badge number 162 at the Hazleton Police Department in Pennsylvania, will be held accountable. So, you know, let's just, you know, before I get into more of the story, just as a little refresher, let's just hear how this situation went down. And by the way, I did talk to Mario. Somebody had commented on this video and said, hey, it looks like the video was edited. I wasn't sure if it was or wasn't, but I've been talking to Mario, and from jail, he'll call me occasionally, and I did ask him about that. I said, hey, you know, did you edit that video? He said, well, he first left it up, the whole video, with full of the vulgarities and everything, because he basically went off on the cop verbally once the cop attacked him here. And he said people told him to take that part of the video out because it's going to, you know, demonetize the video, or the video won't be promoted, you know, things of that nature. So he removed that part. But once he gets out, he's going to post the entire video. I told him you might want to still bleep out some of the expletives because of the algorithm, and, you know, your video won't be seen by as many people if you have too much cursing in it. So, but still don't cut it, if you get what I'm saying. Like, just edit out, like bleep out the cuss words. People can use their imagination and know what you're saying. So anyway, let's get on to, let's listen in on this video just as a quick refresher. Then I'm going to tell you guys more of what's going on with Mario's situation here.
For an incident that happened on the 13th, I need a police report.
What incident that happened on the 13th?
On that, I was assaulted.
Was this already reported?
Yeah, police was involved.
Who's the officer?
Babula, I think.
Okay, you'll have to talk to him about that case.
So no one can discuss anything about that?
Only the investigating officer.
What time he be in?
He's on vacation till the beginning of August.
So think about this. This cop says this guy is on vacation for, I don't know what day this was, but it sounds like it was off a little ways. Like he won't be back tomorrow, you know. So instead of somebody taking the bull by the horns and helping this citizen out with the situation, look how dismissive they are. Look at the disdain they have for him. He's barely concealing it at this point, but he won't be able to conceal it for long.
So no one, I have nothing,
If he's already investigating it, there's nothing anybody.
Mouthful of chewing tobacco.
know if he's investigating because,
Do you report it to him?
well, yeah, he was there,
He talked to you face to face?
yeah, but he never contacted me, and it's been, what, already some days.
Okay.
And I haven't heard anything from you guys.
That's not the only thing he has going on. I'm sure he has other stuff to deal with too.
Yeah, but what about me? What about me? I
You
need,
can talk to Officer Sergeant.
What's your name and badge?
Okay?
what's your name?
So right now he politely asks what the officer's name and badge number is. Now watch how the unprofessionalism starts to just pour out of this clown.
162.
What's your name?
It says 162, and then he says, "What's your name?" And instead of the officer saying his name, he walks away.
162.
That's your name,
He
162?
just says 162 again.
Asshole.
So just rudeness. But notice how quick the officer was to leave. But once he hears that word asshole, now all of a sudden he's got all the time in the world to deal with Mario.
I watch your step on this. If you don't want to get arrested, watch your step.
Sir, that, folks, is the face of tyranny. He couldn't take being called an asshole because he was being an asshole. I got a word for you. Asshole. Debius, you're an asshole. Tobias, whatever your name is, asshole. You're a tyrant asshole cop.
Tell you what to do, okay?
Go ahead,
That's
arrest
gonna be
me.
it.
Go ahead, arrest me.
Look at this guy, roid raging.
Arrest me. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Leave City Hall
What you
now.
gonna do?
I'm not
You don't
gonna
wanna
tell
do your job.
I gave you
You don't like to do
information.
your job.
I told you what you need
I
to do.
told you.
Out.
Go ahead,
Leave.
touch me.
There is no need for a physical assault. This man has not threatened this officer, has not physically or verbally done anything to this officer except freedom of speech, saying, "I'm not pleased with the way you're doing your job."
Go ahead.
Hands on right there.
Pushing me right now.
No,
Why are you pushing me? Why are you pushing me?
Listen to me.
What?
Pushing and shoving a citizen who has disdain for the way you're doing your job.
Pushing me? Why are you pushing me?
Stop.
No, I didn't stop nothing.
I told you what you
No,
needed to
sir.
do. Listen.
You just.
And right there, the police officer snapped out on him. So that's just example one, of course. I wish I had the video of other stuff that they've actually taken his audio and video equipment from him for other incidences, and he doesn't have the footage because they took it. So, you know, this is the incident that first started everything right here. Pull this one up. And this is when Mario was at his own property. I think it was a lot that he was renting or something, where he parked his vehicle on and worked on his vehicle. And this is a clear example of the tyranny that they have. So one of the officers, if you look, and I didn't point this out in the first video as much, but I'm going to do it right now. I want you to pay attention. One of the cops says, there was a cop, I don't know if it's in this clip or not, but that if you look at this officer right here, he does a gesture and basically signals for the other officers to get rid of Mario. Like he does like a little, he points to him and does like some kind of gesture. And as soon as he does that, that's when the first officer says, "Put the phone down." All right, so right here.
Put the phone down.
Is this? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
And I do have this video on my channel, and Mario, I think he has the whole video on his channel somewhere. But if you want to see this, just look around on my channel. This one is I'm the one with the badge, right? That's what the thumbnail says.
You're gonna charge me with disorderly conduct? What's disorderly conduct? Okay, is that? Am I?
So this officer clearly says he's going to charge him with disorderly conduct because he asked him for his name and because he's recording. He says this. He states this clearly right here. Let's hear it one more time.
Am I? Okay, is that? Am I?
I asked you to put the phone down, and you're recording while they're trying to do their job. Now he's being quiet, standing away from them. not jumping in the middle of anything.
Arrested or committed a crime?
Yeah, you are.
What crime?
I told you to give me your name. You have to give your name to law enforcement. It's called identification of law enforcement. It's in PA Title 18, the crime scene.
So this idiot thinks that you have to give your name to law enforcement simply because they ask.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
So you're gonna arrest
You're the
me?
one wearing the badge, right?
So you're gonna
I'm the one wearing the badge, right? That's the mentality.
arrest me?
I will.
Go ahead, arrest me.
And this is the part they don't like, is Mario is not backing down. He's not scared of them. They hate it. They absolutely hate it.
No. I'm allowed to record. This is a free, right? Free country? Is it not a free country?
And he says, no, you're not. When Mario says, I'm allowed to record, the cop response, no, you're not.
It's also a HIPAA violation.
And then this other idiot says it's also a HIPAA violation. Keep in mind, these police are there because Mario and his daughter called them. Some girl on some type of drug tried to steal her car, actually got into her car and was inside of her car. I don't know if she was going to try to drive it off or if she just wanted a place to sit. Who knows? But she was definitely in the wrong either way. So they were actually there for Mario's family and Mario. That's what the police were there to serve. But they got offended because he stood on his rights. One, not to identify, which they really didn't care about him identifying until he started recording. That's when they decided to pick at him and start trying to figure out ways to mess with him because they did not like it.
I'll tell you right now. You are under an official investigation. What is your name?
He's under an official investigation, and he called them about somebody breaking into his daughter's car.
You already got my name.
Tell me your name right now.
What's your name and badge number?
Tell me your name right now.
What is your name and badge number?
I'm giving you one chance to give me your name, or I'm going to put you in cuffs.
Now watch this. This is this cop right here who we identified later. Doesn't even say a word. Just attacks Mario physically. And no charges to him. No accountability to him. Just like Debbie as whatever his pig ass name is. No accountability. Nothing happens to these guys. Mario records a clerk and he's in jail still right now. Come on.
Take you to City Hall.
And then that's where the video ends. And then they set him in a car and they, question him and put fear in him and scared him. Then they let him go. No charge on that one. They just wanted to harass and intimidate him out of his right to record. Because, they got what they wanted. They stopped him from recording. So by physically assaulting him and throwing him in a car, they stopped his recording. They cut it out. They got rid of it. So he was unable to document what the police were doing to that person, what they said, how they acted, how they treated the other person, how they treated him, how they treated his daughter. He wasn't able to record any of that because they stole his rights away through force and intimidation. You see the video yourself. It's pretty evident. It's clear right there. So I'm just going to play this video in the background while I continue my information on what's going on with Mario here. All right, so here's where we're standing at as of February 27th, 2023. So Mario, as I said, he calls me occasionally. He has to pay for it with some prepaid card or something like that he uses. And to be honest with you, man, he's still in upbeat spirits. He's actually wanting to document what's going on in jail and report it back out. He said, if they're going to take me off the streets, I'm going to do what I do in here. Mario's got a lot of heart, you guys. I'm telling you, that man is serious about what he's talking about, and he's losing everything. He's got bills piling up at his house. He didn't have a lot of money to start with because they wiped him out with the charges that they have on him for wiretapping that we don't have video of because they took his equipment when he was recording outside of a bar. He saw a police presence and he started recording that police presence outside of the bar. and they charged him with wiretapping. So, you know, they took his equipment there, and so they've been using this wiretapping, this weaponized wiretapping for a while now. But you know, so anyway, but Mario says he writes his name, his channel name, Not the End of Freedom, on all of his shirts. He writes it on his lunch tray, and he says the guards and other people, you know, prisoners will ask him, you know, why do you write that on there? And he still said, you know, he's promoting his channel. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed, even though he can't post right now, you know, please subscribe to his channel so when he gets out, you can, you know, he can let you know how things are going with the, you know, the situation, so to speak. But he sounds good. I mean, I'll be honest with you, on the last call, he tried to sound upbeat, but I could discern he's a little downtrodden, but he still was up there. You know, he just wasn't as up there as he was before. You know, it has an effect on you. You know, that stress has an effect. And these tyrants that are all working together to violate him, they know that. They know that ultimately this whole thing is BS. But he'll never get those days of his life back that he sits there in that cage. You know, that's really, you know, money's one thing. You'll probably win a civil suit, I would imagine, but it's degrading to you. It's trying to kill his drive and his spirit is what they're going after. They don't want anybody opposing them, and they'll use tactics like this in order to hurt him. An attorney that I talked to, and I'll get more into the attorney situation here in a second, said that he's had clients. He just had a client that got a DUI, got into an accident, drunk driving, and killed somebody. And his bail was the same as Mario's bail, which is $30,000, which was the same bail for Mario recording a court clerk. The exact same amount. So if that doesn't tell you something, man, I'm crazy. So as of right now, I've tried to, you know, do GoFundMe's and ask people if they want to help Mario out. I literally have received nothing. I haven't received a penny to help Mario. If I can make some money, I'm going to send Mario some money myself. I actually have sent him some stuff already, some equipment, and I've done some work for him at no charge. And I have donated a small amount, but I want to donate more if I can. If you guys want to help him out, it would be appreciated because he has nothing. And this man is very passionate about defending the First Amendment. And he's an Hispanic man. He's from Costa Rica, I believe, a Costa Rican man. There's a flag in the background here of his page there, of his, you know, the picture on his page. So, yeah, $30,000 bail. So they make it really hard for somebody like him to get out. And you know, he said there's been suicides in there. He says it's like a they run it like a business, like it's a machine. So they get $100 for every person that they book into the jail. And he said they'll just pick people up, and they'll put them in there for little tiny things just to get that $100, and then they'll hurry up and get them out, and then they'll pick people up again, and they'll just keep running that mill so they make more and more money. A lot of jails do these kind of tactics where they'll release people that should have been out at 9 o'clock that posted bail, but they'll delay the paperwork, and they'll do a mass release at 12:01 a.m. So they technically got another day's worth of money out of the jailing, the people they're jailing, and as well as any grant money or whatever, things like that. So they look at this as a game. It really is a game, and it's all about money. So they're actually charging Mario, I think they said, I think he told me $20 a day, which who thought of this crap? They literally are charging the inmates for being incarcerated. The taxpayers are paying for it, and they're charging the inmates. There's a lot of corruption going on here, man. I would just tell the people, look, I ain't got the money. You got to let me go. But Anyway, so, and Mario's also been trying to get a private line to talk to an attorney, but they haven't been able to provide that. Like, he has to talk to some kind of counselor to get to the private line. It's and they haven't been responsive to his request. And okay, so here goes the deal with the litigation. There is a channel, by the way, called Lincoln Square Ladonis, I believe is his name, and he gave me the information for an attorney. However, the attorney is only willing to help with the civil lawsuit without compensation. Can't blame him. You know, attorneys don't work for free. Some do, but you know, I think this attorney already has a couple of pro bono cases, and he's just not at this time able to take on another one. So he said he could represent him, but he'd have to get paid for it. I don't know how much he needs or what it's going to cost. So I'm trying different avenues to help Mario. I actually have submitted requests to the ACLU overall, and then also the Pennsylvania ACLU, I think it's called the Center for Justice, or it's something for justice. If you guys look it up, you probably know what I'm talking about, but it's sort of like the ACLU. That I've submitted, and I've also submitted it to a few news outlets. I've also submitted it to an attorney or two, you know, just a story. I haven't got much traction on anything yet, but I'm working on it. So if you guys could please help and you know, at least like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the video. That all is appreciated. And if you have any resources or insight, you can email me. I'll have the links in the description. And of course, if you can donate, that money will go to Mario. I would love to give him something. 100% of whatever you guys give me for Mario is going to go to Mario, I assure you. So anything would help him out. Let's see here. I want to give a shout out to the channels that help promote this so far. Rogue Nation, thanks brother. Angry Vet actually donated some money through a super chat on San Joaquin's channel just to get the story to highlight so he could show people where to go. So Angry Vet, shout out to you for doing that. And then of course the big channel there is San Joaquin, who covered this on his community post, and he did a video linking Not the End of Freedom and me, and you know, kind of giving us a shout out and asking people to look into this story on his channel. So I would ask that if you guys can actually do a story on this, like some of you channels, pick this up and just do an actual story, because this is significant. This man is literally in jail facing 15 years in prison. He probably would die in there if they're allowed to get away with this. 15 years in prison for literally recording a public official in public while they're working. Think how scary that is, that they're getting away with this at this point. To think that they're even able to charge somebody with this. And on that note, I got one more tidbit for you guys. When I was talking to Mario, I did a quick Google on this situation, and check this out, guys. There was actually a case in 2009 that was brought before the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and it was involving the same type of a situation where there was somebody that was recording the interaction between police and one of his friends. And the Supreme Court, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, ruled that the Wiretap Act does not apply to people who audio tape government officials in public settings where they have no expectation of privacy. If that's not clear evidence that this is corrupt and that these charges are malicious and they're intending to hurt him, even though they're unjustified and they're totally wrong, then I don't know what is. There's the case law right there. And there's the highlight right there. And this is directly from the ACLU of Pennsylvania's website. So this is not some shady source. Wiretap Act does not apply. That's what the Supreme Court ruled. And that's exactly what Mario did. He was in a public place. He was at a court clerk doing business regarding his own interactions, his own stuff. He wasn't recording somebody else's stuff. He was recording his stuff, his interaction. And they went on his channel and they saw that and they weaponized this wiretap law so they could shut him down in his free press and his free speech. And there's probably a definite hint of racism in there. And from what Mario's told me. So, you know, if you look at the whole thing, this is a scary proposition that these people are getting away with. I mean, they're just getting away with flat out corruption. So thanks for watching. I'm going to share at the end of this video a little intro that I put together for Mario's channel before he got incarcerated, and he's used it a little bit here and there. But I made this for him just as a, you know, just as a free thing. I just did. So and also a little help from another person. We'll just say Teacher Shane. Shout out to Teacher Shane. So anyway, enjoy this last little snippet. If you guys can help out once again, please do. I know this video is probably not the most exciting video, but the people that really care about Mario's situation and freedom of the press and freedom of speech, this video probably was one of the best videos that you've seen, or at least the most interesting in this time and hour that we're in right now. So I thank you for that type of support, guys. I appreciate it. And then I got some more traditional audit videos coming up too that are actually really good. I'm waiting on some FOIAs from the city of Prescott, Arizona. They are dragging their feet big time. They're dropping the ball. They don't know which way is up. And I might just release the video as it is and then release the FOIAs and things of that nature later. Comment down below in this situation. Let me know what you guys think. The comments help the algorithms. And for right now, this is Prove All Things. I'm signing out. Shalom.
What's your name, Ambassador?
Okay.
What's your name, Ambassador?
162.
What's your name?
162.
That's your name, 162? Asshole.
I watch your step on this. If you don't want to get arrested, watch your step. I told you what to do, okay?
Go ahead,
That's
arrest
gonna
me.
be it.
Go ahead, arrest me. Arrest me.
Leave
What you gonna
City
do?
Hall.
What you gonna do?
Leave City Hall
What you
now.
gonna do?
I'm not
You don't
gonna
want to
tell
do
you.
your job.
I gave you
You don't like to do
information.
your job.
I told you what you need
I
to do.
told you.
Out.
Go ahead,
Leave.
touch me.
Turn around. Go ahead.
You're assaulting me right now.
No, I'm
Why are you
asking to
pushing me?
leave.
Why are you pushing me?
Listen to me.
Why are you pushing
Listen to
me?
me.
Why are you pushing me?
Stop.
No, I didn't stop nothing.
I told you what you
No,
needed
sir.
to do. Listen. You just broke my camera. Relax.
I'm not resisting.
You don't want to listen.
I'm not resisting. You just broke my camera.
Put your phone down.
Why?
Because I told you to.
Am I supposed to commit a crime?
Yeah, you are.
What crime?
I told you to give me your name. You
That's
have
me?
no number on the badge, right?
What's your name and badge number? What?
You have one chance to give me your name, or I'm going to put you in cuffs and take you to City Hall.
That means you're breaking the law right now.
Okay.
All right, you need to leave.
You're telling me that I need to leave?
Yes, I'm telling you, you're breaking the law.
Basically,
You don't
on
even
the
know what you're
easement.
saying. You don't even know what you're saying.
Well,
Saying bye to Van
Two choices. You can walk away, or I'm going to go back to my car. I'm going to cite you, and then I'm going to take you away.
Hey, don't you.
Yeah. I don't know what you're doing. Get the camera out of my
I'm
face.
You ass.
Get the camera out of my
What you gonna do?
on the ground.
Fuck,
I
bitch.
didn't. Well, you see me coming. Move over.
Why you?
Well, then you're gonna get hit.
But
Don't think you're gonna get in my face.
What is your name and badge number?
I'm giving you one chance to give me your name, or I'm going to put you in cuffs and take you to City Hall.